Welcome, Cyber Beauties. I'm doing a voiceover because there was a lot of background noise in the recording, so I apologize now, and I hope you like the tutorial. I got a lot of requests on Facebook to put up this tutorial by friends and family, so here it goes. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start off with priming our eyes. I'm using the NYX HD eyeshadow primer. It comes with a dollop, so I thought it would be best to place it that way, but eventually I started using my fingers because the dollop wasn't actually placing like I like it to. So you'll see me use my ring finger and my middle finger to pat down the primer, and then I also use a beauty blender to blend out because it was still a little greasy and I want it to be matte. So because my eyes are already greasy enough as it is, and that's the reason why I prime them. Ha ha. And it is a damped beauty blender. Then I get the Precision Round P82 and get Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC to put more of a prime, because I was hoping the primer from NYX eyeshadow primer was going to make my eyes look like the Soft Ochre does, but it didn't, so I went ahead and did this step. It was an extra step. And today we're doing a smoky cut crease tutorial, and all these products except for the NYX and the MAC and my face products, well, not all my face products, some of my face products is going to be Colourpop for the eyes. So I'm going to use the new cream gel eyeliner and the holiday kit eyeshadow, shock eyeshadows, super shock shadows for my eyes. So as you can see, I'm just using the soft ochre and the P82 to really make my eye look stark white to try to do that cut crease. And then I use my fingers to rub it down because it looked a little too stark for me, because soft ochre is a little too white for me. Then I get a Morphe E27, and then I get the NYX translucent powder to set my eyes. And the next one has a lot of like powdery blowout, so you can see like smoke coming. That's what it is. See? Woo! So I'm just trying to set that soft ochre, because if I don't, it will still crease. Then I get a small angled Sigma I-65, I think it was. Then I get tape. Again, there's a lot of cutting because I am still trying to figure out a way not to do my eye without being out of the camera viewing. So as you can see, I already started the eye because I was completely out of the viewfinder, the camera finder. Same thing goes with this one. I had to cut it out the beginning process. Then I said, okay, if I keep getting out of the box, I might as well zoom out. So I'm doing the cut crease here with the cream gel liner in Swerve. Again, I'm getting the hang of this, people, so don't get upset with me. Aww. Again, I was outside, so I used the Bustier eyeshadow, Supershock shadow in the inner part of the outer V. And then I'm using Cornelius from Kathleen Lights for the middle, or the inner corner to the middle. And then I forgot the name of the shadow, but I'll link it down below. In the middle, I use the silvery gray Super Shock shadow to blend both the Cornelius and the Bustier shadow, because right now it just looks like I have clear on one side and black silver on the other. So I get the silver one in the middle to kind of blend them together somewhat. Now I use the disposable eyeshadow applicators because I think these just do just as good as my finger. And I have long nails, so I don't want to dip my finger and poke the product and mess it up. So I use this eyeshadow applicator instead of a brush because I see there's more pigmentation. So I'm still trying to work with them. I'm going to try one more brush to see if it's better than using these disposable eyeshadow applicators. But before I say which brush it is, I'm going to try it out for a couple of weeks and then let you know. Here's that silvery. This is all from the holiday Colourpop line. Now that shadow was the Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear to give it some warmth because it just looked like black and white. And I wanted to give it a little bit of warmth. And I'm still using that E27 from Morphe, which is the bomb. It's from the Elite collection. I think this is one of their best lines besides the black collection. So it's a really, really good. I think I've even replaced my E40 with this brush, the E27. It's a beautiful brush. Don't get me wrong, Sigma makes a really good blending brush. But the E27 is now number 1. So I keep building slightly. I don't want to put too much shadow because the Makeup Geek eyeshadows are very pigmented. That's Cocoa Bear. So I just build it up until the color and warmth I like. Now I get that other silvery shadow and I use a Sigma smudger brush to put in the inner corner so it could be very silver. Now this was supposed to be a cut crease, but ended up turning into like a glammy smoky eye. So let me know if you like it. Again, all the shadows I will link down below. Again, and I do apologize sincerely. I'm really trying to figure this out so you guys can see up close and personal, me not get out of the frame. Hopefully the next videos or two, I get better at this. YouTubers, the ones I've been doing it for years, I don't know how you do it. If anybody can let me know, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so now I get the e.l.f. eyeliner shadow. I was going to use my Swerve pencil, but I wanted something to glide onto the Supershock shadows that did not remove the actual product, so I went with the liquid e.l.f. As you can see, this would be like a drugstore glam look, so that way it's affordable. This eyeliner I think cost me like $1 at Target. Again, I'll put all the information down below. So I'm kind of like tight lining, but also doing an eyeliner effect. I wanted to do a wing, but it was already showing a wing with what I did before. So it's just like a very tiny line with a winged eyeshadow effect. Sorry about that, my phone. Now I get the NYX pore filler, and I fill my Grand Canyon pores. Yes, I have Grand Canyon pores. If you don't think so, my camera is being deceiving. But I really have some huge pores. And this NYX pore filler does exactly that. It fills your pores. It's amazing. This is like the equivalent dupe of Makeup Forever's smoothing primer. So again, I was trying not to get out of the box. So I zoomed out and I'm continuing to put more pore filler to continue to literally cover the holes on my face. So I prime this pretty much all over my face. Usually I just prime my pore fillers on my T-zone and my cheeks because I have a lot. Now I got the Maybelline Dewy in 315 and I put this on my face with my finger. And I love this. The thing is that it does dry really fast, so it's hard to blend. So I wish I would have just done little by little besides just placing it on my face. But it is a really good drugstore foundation. And then I get a Real Technique sponge to apply my foundation. Now, this Real Techniques sponge is, I think, the dupe of the Beauty Blender, if not better, because one side of it is pointed and the other side is like a flat surface. So I think it's great to put on foundation. And the reason why you use a sponge instead of a brush, some people always ask me that. You can use either one, depends on what type of coverage you're looking for. I think the sponges give it a little bit more of a sheer coverage, and the brushes give it more of a full coverage. Like I have the Artiste brush, which I am trying to perfect my use of application before I record with them. And I think that one gives like a full on coverage. And then with my Beauty Blender and my Real Techniques sponge, I notice it still gives me a full coverage, but more of like, instead of it feeling like very heavy on my face, a very light layer. So it just depends on what you're going for that day. So now I'm going to get my Maybelline, I'm going to get, Maybelline foundation and do a second layer because I noticed it was too sheer for me. So I really do like full coverage, but not caked on. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on my days or depends on my face, how it's behaving. So I just put another layer on it, and this foundation is great for layering. So like I said, the sponge does help applicate it beautifully. And I think if it's too much product on your face, the sponge will absorb, I would say 40% of your product into the sponge. But if you don't want that full on coverage, like that looks like you literally got like a paint roller on, then this will do the trick. It does the full coverage, but in a light way that it feels like skin. That's the best way to describe it. So I'm just patting this in and I'm pushing in the product. That way it stays on your face. You don't swipe with the product. And that's one thing that with the new Artiste brush that are coming out that I'm doing the thing is hard to do. Well, Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I love this concealer. This, I think, is the dupe for the NARS concealer. And it's so lightweight and very creamy. And yes, I know this is very, very light on my face. But with the Real Techniques sponge, trust me, it does not feel creamy on my face. It does take off a lot of the product. And I like that whole Khloe Kim Kardashian highlight the middle, brightening up your face. I'm a big girl. I'm trying to look thin. You snatch your face. You have to highlight and contour to look perfect. And then, of course, I distribute the rest because there's a lot on my sponge. And try to even out the highlight. So I get a little bit more of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is the number 25, by the way, in case people want to know what color I am. And again, you have to balance out the highlight and the contours. If not, you start to look funny. You do. So I got the NYX Contour palette. Everybody raves about this. Well, there's mixed reviews online. So I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good dupe for the Anastasia contours for drugstore. And I don't know, one person told me it was like $30, and I went to Ulta and it was only like $20. So I thought it was a really good price. And I'm using the Kat Von D brush, light side, to put my highlight, or it's considered the highlight, but it's to set my concealers so it doesn't budge. I'm using the banana. Now I switched to the contour side, which is this shade side of the brush. And I use a combo of the last two dark ones. And I noticed it was really, really dark. So you're going to see me blend and blend and blend. One thing you guys have to know, ladies, is if you're going to put this much product, you need to know how to blend it so it doesn't look like you're wearing 1,000 layers. So I love this contour kit, and do not blow on your brush. I know I just blew on it, but again, this is my face, my brush. This is not the brush I use on clients. So if you are watching this to learn to do freelancing on clients, do not blow on your brush, ladies. Try to tap it, but it is my brush, it is my face, so I blew on it. I'm sorry. So I'm now chiseling the face. Basically, I'm just cutting out, darkening, making shadows so my face looks smaller, thinned out. So I do have a round face. I do have those natural contour shapes in my, but I like it to look nice and deep. So when we take pictures, it looks like I've lost 20 pounds. And no, I am not going really hard on my face. The brush is super light. And as you look, it doesn't even look like I'm rubbing completely on my face. So now I got the M501 Morphe brush and I use the stark white highlight on the NYX Contour palette to highlight my cheeks. It is a very intense highlight. I think it's a dupe for, not complete dupe, but it's saying like the brightness of the Pearl Becca highlight. But obviously it's not a complete dupe, because if it was really the Pearl Becca, it will look shiny white on me because I am tan. Now I'm going to snatch the nose, ladies. Yes, you can make your nose look very thin. Free plastic surgery. Or I should say cheap plastic surgery. This ain't free. You have to buy the makeup. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I'm going back with the highlight so I can define my Cupid's bow. And then I get the NYX bronzer on the left, the dark one, to bronze up my face. And I get the, I believe that's the E1. No, that's not the E1. The E3. It's a big fluffy brush from the Elite collection from Morphe. And I love it for bronzing. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's soft. Then I get the E34 from Morphe and get the blush side to do my blush. Now, on camera, it looks like I'm bronzing my face, but it's a blush. And in person, it looked really beautiful, rosy. It's a gorgeous NYX blush. Again, I'll put all the NYX products came in a kit. So I'll probably link the kit down below or just put the individual products. So there I go again, putting a little bit more highlight from that contour palette, because when I did the bronzer and the blush, it faded away. Now I'm getting the Maybelline Nude lip liner to line my lips. And I didn't like this color. You're going to see me like go from this color to a red color, because this was completely nude. Like it matched the color of my skin. So I go in with I believe it's a burgundy from L'Oreal. It's my favorite lip liner. I've had it since, not the lip liner, but I've used that lip liner since I was in high school. That's it. It's a beautiful color. And then I get Maybelline Matte Nude Nuance to fill in the lips. And then I kind of like blend in the burgundy with it to give it a better mix. And then I get the NYX Butter Gloss and Creme Brûlée to give it a glossy look. It is a gorgeous gloss. If you don't know the NYX Cream Butters, you need to go get one. But it is a gorgeous lip gloss. And that is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will be trying to upload a video once or twice a week. Thank you. Goodbye.